Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Mansions of Madness 2nd edition, where we're playing the Rising Tide scenario and we're just about to start episode 15. I'm not aware of any problems from episode 14 other than it was a crap turn and we're in a whole lot of trouble, particularly Harvey. And if you're wondering what Harvey stood on there, it's all the stuff that he has had to drop. All he's got left in his hands is the magnifying glass and the crowbar. He's dropped everything else, apart from, obviously, Feed the Mind and Flesh Ward, which is here, which is just there for reference. The other cards are his Dazed, Mesmerised and Restrained cards. That's just to remind me to get rid of them at the end of the turn. Same for Joe here, his Dazed card is there. Right, who is going to go first? Well, Harvey is going to go first, and that's why I've got Flesh Ward out there, because the first thing he's going to do is he's going to get rid of his broken arm. So he's going to cast Flesh Ward and get rid of the broken arm. So let's have a look. So there it is. You are another investigator. Within range, discard 1 damage. So he's discarding his broken arm. You become aware of every facet of your body and those of your companions. So we've got to do a law test and we need 2 successes. Come on, Harvey. Let's be having it. And he's failed. Brilliant. So let's flip it over. We didn't pass. If you fail, you scream in revulsion and suffer 1 face down horror. Brilliant. So he gets another face down horror, but at least he got rid of his broken arm. And it's better he has horror than he has damage, because he is wounded. So let's do that. That's his face down horror. He's now got 5 face down horror. And we've got to pick another Flesh Ward spell. So we'll do that. Where are they? Here they are. Well, better do it the front way around. And a cut. So that's his next Flesh Ward spell. So we'll do that. Put those back. And he's going to do it again. Oop, should have took those. So his second action is to cast Flesh Ward again. And this time he's getting rid of his broken leg. So at least he's got rid of 2 of his damage. But we have still got to... You feel an unsettling presence pass into your body. So we've got to get 2 successes again. Let's see if we can start rolling a lot better. Sorry about bumping the camera there. There we go. Come on, Harvey. And he's failed again. If you fail, your flesh ripples and twitches of its own accord. The affected investigator suffers 1 face down horror. So he's got another horror. He's up to 6 horror. But he did get rid of both of his wounds. Where's Flesh Ward gone? There it is. So again, we've got to do this. And pick a new Flesh Ward spell. There it is. Put that on his tray. Well, that was rubbish. In order to get rid of his broken arm and broken leg, he just took 2 face down horror in essence. So that's not too bad actually. So he gets rid of Dazed, which meant he couldn't spend any clues, but he didn't have any anyway, so that's fine. He's no longer restrained. He didn't move, so that was groovy. But we've still got Mesmerised. So he's having a full turn. Let me just put these away. Restrained and Dazed. And let's have a look at Mesmerised. Perhaps I should put that back. I think we've got a roll. At the end of your turn, an alien will takes control. Flip this card. Friendly advice. Your friends do not realise what power truly means. You must tell them of the glory that awaits them. Move 2 spaces towards another random investigator and then discard this card. Well, he's on exactly the same space, so that didn't cause us any problems. We'll get rid of Mesmerise, the first bit of good luck that has happened to Harvey in a long time. So that is Harvey. He is gone. Next up is Joe Diamond. So here we are with Joe. Joe's got to do some fighting. So Joe's going to attack these deep ones. What's he going to attack them with? Well, he's going to attack them with an axe. And the reason we're attacking with an axe is, well, one, it's an axe. It's a heavy weapon. It does 2 damage, so it's a big hitter. But also, you may suffer 2 face down horror to convert all clues to elder signs while attacking with this card. Now, this is a function of the axe. Yeah, you're suffering 2 face down horror to convert those clues. So dazed doesn't come in, because dazed is you cannot spend clues to convert dice results. We are not spending clues, we are spending horror to convert clues. Yes? So the 2 clues that Joe has got, he can't spend, but he can spend horror. Yeah? So that is why we are using the axe. So we'll put the axe there. So for his first attack, he'll attack this one, which I believe is, we've designated as the male. So let's press that. And it's this one, the first one. And we're going to attack it. What type of weapon will you attack with? Well, it's a heavy weapon. You duck low and sweep your weapon towards your enemy's legs, which is a strength 2. So we need, it's strength, and we need 2 successes. He's got a strength of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check the axe again. So we can suffer 2 face down horror to convert all. Yes, we need to succeed. So he's going to take 2 face down. Is it horror? Oh no, he can't. Ah! No, he can't actually, because that'd send him insane. We don't want him going insane, so forget about that. He's just missed. God, I'm rolling rubbish now. We didn't pass. If you fail, your foe stomps down on the weapon as it passes, driving it out of your hands and to the ground. Drop your weapon. So we've dropped the weapon. This is going brilliantly. So at least it'll finish the game off quick. Okay, let's get rid of those. Sorry, delivery. Had to shoot downstairs. Right, he's dropped his axe. Yeah, he stood on it, that's it. So he's stood on his axe. So for his second attack, right, hang on, just continue. Right, we're going to attack again, but we're going to attack with something else. Let's have a look. Oh, where's it gone? Oh yeah. Sorry, still getting used to it. What's he going to attack with? Oh, I should have used my lucky rabbit's foot. Too late now. Too late. He's going to attack with... Right, he's going to attack with his brass knuckles unarmed. So, attack unarmed. You study your opponent's movements. Observation 2. Oh dear. So his observation's 3. So 1, 2, 3. But he gets 2 extra dice, so it'll go up to 5. So he's using brass knuckles. Oh! If you fail, your opponent gives away nothing and you miss your opportunity. Oh, where have all my good rolls gone? So there we go, completely missed. So that's the end of that. He does get to lose his dazed condition. Again, he couldn't spend any clues that turn because he was dazed. Well, that's a bit of a blow, isn't it? Oh, he's still got his brass knuckles. And he's dropped his best weapon. Well, isn't that great? Right, that is the end of that phase. End the investigator phase. Confirm. And now we're on the Mythos phase. Skittering and creeping, 100,000 spiders emerge from their hiding places. Joe Diamond scrambles to avoid the worst of their bites. And he's got an agility test of 5, because he's got 5 agility. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at last, he gets 4 successes. If he passes, he receives only a trace of their strange venom, but the experience is traumatising. Joe Diamond suffers 1 face-down horror and becomes dazed again. So, right, he's dazed again, and he gets a face-down horror, which takes him up to 5. So, he's not insane yet, but he isn't far off. So, there we go. Come on, just beat us. Right, that's it. Continue. Oh, here we go. Guess I was not the only one looking for a story. Bobby smiles unpleasantly. Damn it! I found real power and real family in Innsmouth. I'm going to have an army, and the world is going to write my story. All you are going to find is an unpleasant end. Spawn a priest of Dagon as indicated. This is Bobby Foster. Oh, Bobby Foster, you're a beast. Let's find the priest of Dagon. It's alright, Bobby, you've got it in the bag, mate. Put him down there. We don't really need to see him on the board. He's right down at the bottom of the alley. Actually, can we see him? If we move that out of the way. Move that. He's just up there at the top. There we go. Just about get him in, can't we? I'll move him up a bit. Ah, there's Bobby coming down the street. Yep, we've placed him as indicated. Told you, Zadok sways drunkenly. His face looks absolutely miserable. Told you to get out of here. Shudder, he wipes his eyes. Should have listened to old Zadok. Soon everyone will have to listen to Zadok. You'll see, spawn a child of Dagon as indicated. This is Zadok. Well, there's no way, absolutely no way, that I would have guessed Zadok. So, there we go. That one has completely thrown me. Hang on, while I set him up. Let's give him a yellow. I thought Zadok was in the clear, so there you go. Ugh. So those two are coming up the road. The deep one moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Well, they're on there. Right on him, then it attacks the investigator in its space who has suffered the least horror. Well, they've both got 5 horror. So I'm going to have it attacking Harvey, actually. So it's going to attack Harvey. And what have we got? The monster attacks. The deep one seems to gag repeatedly and clutches its throat. Its eyes bulge larger for an instant as it disgorges a thick frothing liquid at your feet. Agility 2. He's got an agility of 2. But at least he isn't dazed or anything. But it doesn't matter because he needed 2 successes. What a downer. Right. If you fail, the substance seems to writhe around your feet before hardening. Suffer 1 horror and become restrained. Well, I'm not bothered about restrained. We're not moving anywhere. We've just got to fight these guys. And 1 horror isn't too bad either. That takes him up to 6. Face down horror, is it? Oh no, just 1 horror. We're going to have to flick it over. Claustrophobia, that's alright, we're outside. It's too close in here, too tight, you cannot breathe. You've got to get to open air. Keep face up. Whenever you end your turn within range of 2 or fewer spaces, suffer 1 face down horror. Well, that's not a problem, he's got 1, 2, 3. So we're fine. Put that over there. Okay. Continue. The deep one, this is the next deep one, moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. It attacks the investigator in its space with the lowest strength. So that's poor old Harvey again. The monster attacks. Growling and hissing, the deep one attacks with savage swipes of its web claws. Suffer 3 damage. but strength plus 1 negates. Strength plus 1 is 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Harvey gets 1. Absolute crap. So hurry up and kill us. So we get 2 damage, and it's face up damage. Hopefully this will be over pretty soon. So that first attack is where we needed to kill at least one of these, and we haven't done it. So we get feeble. You cannot move a barricade. Let's keep face up that as well. Oh, what's this one? Demoralising injury. The pain makes you weak. You are not sure how you can continue. Resolve immediately. Suffer 1 additional face down horror. Then flip this card face down. So he is on 2. Remember, he takes another 3 damage and he dies. And we need, is it another horror? Another face down horror, which takes him to 7. There we go. And yep, that's it. Bobby Foster moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the lowest strength. Well, he doesn't get close enough. He goes 1, 2. No investigator in the space. Well, he moves 2 again. That's alright. So he's in here as well. There's a bit of a jamboree going on. It's nice, he gets a load of movement. Zadok Allen moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. There he goes there. No investigators in the space. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. After all horror checks have been resolved, tap the end of the phase button to continue. So, who has got the biggest horror rating? Won't be a moment. I've got to check which number means which. I'm back. Deep Ones have got the highest horror rating, which is 4. So, we're going to do it against them. So, just pick one of them. Confirm. You notice the oddly slick sheen of the Deep One's flesh as its bulging eyes turn towards you. It blinks twice, once with its normal eyelids and again with another translucent pair. Suffer 2 horror, but will negates. Harvey first. So he's got 4 will. And he succeeds. Hurrah for Harvey. He gets away with it, and it is 3 will for Joe. He only suffers 1, but that's enough. That takes him to 6. So poor old Harvey goes bonkers. He keeps kleptomania. He doesn't get rid of that. But these 4 and 1 I'll just pick. Doesn't matter. It's going straight back in. So there we go. There's the one that he suffered. All these go straight back in. And he gets an insane card. So here's his insane card. The insane cards. Whoop, these do have different backs on them. We'll pick one. We might have to pick another, because if it tells us to do something odd, because it is a solo game, we can't do it. So here's the one we are picking. Insane. Look at the back of this card, but do not reveal it to the other investigators. When you've suffered horror equal to your sanity, you are eliminated. Obsessive. You must find it. You do not know what it is, but when you see it, you will know and finally have some peace. You do not win the game as normal. Instead, you win only if the investigation is complete and there are no search tokens on the board. Otherwise, you lose the game. We're going to have to get rid of that. So, yeah. We've got 1 insane and 1 wounded. Aren't we doing well? So, done that. We don't even get rid of any of these. They've got to go through next turn, I think. And we can just continue. And press the Mythos button. End the Mythos phase. Confirm. Investigator phase. Right, I'll go and upload this. Won't be a moment. And here we are back at the investigation phase. So quick thing is we were fine with obsessive because it's got a 1+ here. So this was the first one we pulled. I edited out I pulled another one, but I didn't have to. This one's fine. No search tokens on the board, that's fine, we haven't got any, so ha 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 ha. Not that it's going to help us that much, but yes, we could actually keep that, and that was the first one that I pulled, so we'll put that up there. The other thing was he didn't get face down horror, he got face up. So he had to take face up horror. He's kept kleptomania, but he'll also have to keep whatever we turn face up here. So let's do that, and let's do... He gets a minor shock. Your heart races and your breath catches in your throat. Resolve immediately, no additional effect. Flip face down. So he's actually got 2 horror. 1 face down and kleptomania. Okay, right, so sorted that out. Now we are back to the investigator phase. We're just going to have to fight. And I don't think we're going to win. But what I want to do is I want to take the smiling Bobby Foster with us. So we're just going to attack him like mad. That's what we're going to do. So who is going to go first? Well, Joe's going to go first. What I'm going to try and remember is his Lucky Rabbit's Foot and his Elder Ward for when they attack us. I forgot it last turn. But he's going to use his Brass Knuckles mainly because when he attacks unarmed, he gets 2 additional dice. So hopefully that will help us out. So let's get the monsters up. Let's get Bobby Foster up. So we need 7 damage on him. So come on, let's do it. Attack. So it's Joe attacking. What type of weapon? We're going to attack unarmed. As you grapple your foe, you attempt to lift it off its feet. Strength 2. So we've got strength 2. His strength is 4. We get +2 for that. So we get 6 dice. Come on, Joe. Yes! Joe! Joe rocks! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in! If you pass, your enemy struggles as you heft it into the air and hurl it with a grunt. The monster and another monster in the space suffer damage equal to your test result 5. Brilliant! Joe, beast! Your foe drives an elbow into your stomach to break the oh no, we didn't fail. So he gets 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press continue. Remember, we've got to get 5 on another one. So we'll just bring up the first. He gets 5. 2, 3, 4. Killed it. So we've got rid of the first deep one. That was an absolute beast of a roll. Right, so he's killed one. He's put 5 onto Bobby Foster, and he's going to attack Bobby Foster again because remember, he's only used 1 of these. So he'll attack again with his Brass Knuckles. So let's see what we've got to do the second time. Where is it? That's Bobby, isn't it? I'm going to attack. I'll be happy if we can take Bobby Foster with us. So we're going to attack unarmed again with our Brass Knuckles. Brass Knuckles are pretty good, aren't they? As you grapple your foe, you attempt to lift it off its feet. Again! Yes, it's the same test. If you pass, your enemy struggles as you heft it into the air and hurl it with a grunt. The monster... Right, so we do the test. It's exactly the same. It's 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need the same sort of result. Come on, Joe. You can do it, mate. You can do it, mate. No! And he cannot use his clues because he's dazed. Oh, Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Oh no, it's no good because we need 2 successes. So even a Lucky Rabbit's Foot, we'll keep the... Yeah, we only re-roll 1 die. Oh, why couldn't he roll as well again? We just needed 2 successes. Oh, that was so close. Oh, so we fail. If you fail, your foe drives an elbow into your stomach to break the grab. Oh, we caught. Oh, if only we'd rolled the same. So he attacked twice, and unfortunately, he got 1 good hit in, and he managed to. God, that must have been some punch, that first punch. He must have overbalanced. Right, so he's done that. It means he gets rid of dazed, because it's the end of his turn. Oh, damn it! We're so close. And that was him. He's gone. So next up is Harvey Walters. Now Harvey's just got to attack. He's got to attack. We'll keep Bobby Foster up there. What's he going to attack with? Harvey. He's going to attack with his crowbar, which is a heavy weapon, and it does 2 damage. Don't drop it, Harvey. Don't drop it like Joe dropped the axe. So we're going to attack. Attack with a heavy weapon. A blood fury consumes you, blimey, and you swing madly at your enemy. Strength. So he's got 3. Roll 2 additional dice if you have suffered 3 or more damage. He's only got 2 damage. Ah, damn. Come on, Harv. Oh, pants. See? Started rolling rubbish again. So, he missed. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result. Well, we didn't manage it. Continue. He's got 1 left. He's going to try again. Oh, after that brilliant start as well. Attack. Attack with a heavy weapon. You whirl your body around, weapon outstretched. As you come around, you release the weapon, launching it towards your enemy. Agility 2. Oh, agility's his worst. Alright, come on. Come on, Harv. 1 success is not enough. So, didn't do it. If you fail, you release the weapon too early, it spins off out of reach. Drop your weapon. What did I say about not dropping it, Harvey? So he's dropped that as well. Oh, I really thought we were going to do it. So that is the end of... Continue, sorry. Right, and that's it. That is it, unfortunately. We just got 1 hit. A real stomping hit, but 1. Right, that's the end of the investigator phase. Confirm. And here we are in the Mythos phase. A spell leaps unbidden into your mind. This Mythos event affects the investigator with the lowest will. That will be Joe, unfortunately. You attempt to decipher the spell. Law, and you need 1 success. His law is 3. Come on, Joe. Yes, he gets a success. If you pass, you realise casting it would be a terrible idea. Ha ha! Brilliant. So, we didn't cast it. Miss Marsh's face is a grimace of pain. Ah, so she was one of them. No, she cries, not yet, something is wrong. Her body contorts before your eyes, becoming shorter and wider. Her fingers shrink, confused, forming webbed hands. This should not be hap. She cuts off, doubling over. Discard Sylvia Marsh and place a hybrid deep one as indicated. We've got yet another monster. So, there we go. She was one of them. She just wasn't directly involved. Let me sort it out. So there she is. The voices of Innsmouth seem to cry out as one, and a terrible creature warbles a response. Spawn a deep one. Oh, we're going to get overrun. We're getting overrun. Okay, let me sort this out. They're all in on it. Another deep one up the alley. For now. The deep one moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Well, there's no investigators in the space. So 1, 2. It's with Zadok. Bobby Foster moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Well, he's in with him. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the lowest strength. So that's Harvey. Bobby Foster reaches out to caress your face. Oh, agility test. I might have guessed. Come on, Harvey. If only he had some clues. He doesn't. So it's failed. This could be it. If you fail, a swell of barnacles erupts from your flesh and you claw madly at yourself in an attempt to pry them off. Suffer 2 face down damage and 1 horror and become dazed. Oh, he's no longer restrained. Get rid of that, at least. But he does become dazed and he gets 2 face down hot damage. That puts him on to 4. If he gets 1 more damage, he has had it. So those are his 2 face down damage. Oh, if only we managed to kill Bobby Foster last turn. Oh, and he gets a horror. But that's not face down. Face up. Minor shock. Flip it face down. He's on 8. He's on 8 horror out of 9. He's really just hanging on, is the lad. Right, that's that. Zadok moves 2 spaces and attacks the investigator who suffered the least damage. Well, at least he is going to attack Joe. So let's move these. The monster attacks. Zadok Allen sweeps your legs with a sudden kick. Agility 2. Well, at least we've got 5 agility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, Joe. Yes, 3. If you pass, you catch the kick and shove your foe off balance. That's cool. The Deep One Hybrid moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator, then it attacks the investigator in its space with the highest strength, which again is Joe. So they're all queuing up here. Right there. So the Deep One Hybrid is attacking. The monster attacks and it attacks Joe. A dull clanking sound heralds a new weapon, a length of slimy chain. The hybrid attacks with a long sweep, clattering and chiming with each motion. Suffer 2 damage, but again, it is agility that negates. And it is against Joe, so another 5 dice. Come on, Joe. Right. He's not dazed. He's got the Elder Ward as well. Roll 1 additional die while the monster is attacking you. So we need an additional die. So we've got 1 success. We've got 2 there. And we'll just roll an additional die just in case. So he doesn't have to spend a clue. Ooh! He does have to spend a clue. So he does get 2 successes. So he doesn't get the 2 damage. Let's get the clue that he's spending. There's the clue that he spent. He's no longer dazed. It was the end of his turn, remember? Oh no, just before we spend that clue. Sorry, we have the lucky rabbit's foot. So he's going to roll again. Just to re-roll 1 of his dice. Yes, he got it. So he did keep that clue. Right, excellent. So by using the Elder Ward and the rabbit's foot, he got away with that. Let's continue. Oh, the Deep One moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Then it attacks the investigator in its space who has suffered the least damage. Right, this is like the green. This is the one that just turned up. So 1, 2. We've got 5 monsters in our space. Blimey O'Reilly. The monster attacks and it's attacking Joe again. The deep one tackles you and begins to bellow as it viciously pummels you with heavy wet fists. Suffer 2 damage, but strength +1 negates. His strength is 4, +1 is 5. He's used... Oh, and he gets an Elder Ward. It says... Yep, Elder Ward, so we get 6 dice. Come on. Yes, he gets loads of successes. Look at that, 6. If only we got that on one of our attacks. So there we go. He's got away with that. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. I'm sure those are deep ones with a horror rating of 4. They are. So we're doing it against deep ones. Let's pick this one. Resolve a horror check, confirm. The deep one opens its maw and unleashes a terrible sound, calling out to its allies. Suffer 1 face down horror. Then move each other monster within range 1 space towards the investigator nearest to it. Well, they're all in range. We both get a face down horror. So face down horror to Joe puts him up to 3. And I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This sends Harvey insane, but he has 8 face down horror. Yeah, plus the one he's gonna 7 face down horror plus the one he's gonna get, which is face down this time. So all these go back. He goes insane. He keeps claustrophobia. All these go back in. He goes insane as well as wounded. I think that's allowed. And we get to pick another insane card. So he's just gone crazy. Crazy! Remember, we need a +1 on the back of these. That's a +2. Don't even bother reading it. This is a +1. Spread the truth. No one believes you, but you have seen it. The truth is out there. You do not win the game as normal. Instead, you win only if the investigation is complete and you have 2 or more evidence unique items. Otherwise, you lose the game. Well, we have got them. We just have to pick them up. They are here. We have got the incriminating evidence and we have got the old journal. So we can still win. So we'll put that with his wounded card. Oh, dearie me. Right, continue. Right, that appears to be it. Are we going into the investigator phase? Confirm. And here we are at the investigator phase. I won't load this, we'll carry on. This is pretty much it, I think. So I think we will finish up here. We'll just run this final turn. I think it'll go one way or the other. Okay, right, so here we are. Let's get our actions. So there we go, and there we go. Is he still dazed? I think he is. I think he is dazed. I think he got it during the Mythos phase, didn't he? Right, so who is going to do what? Well, we're going to take Bobby Foster with us. It's the last thing I do. So, our first player is going to be Joe, and he is going to attack. So where's Bobby Foster? There he is. We're going to attack him. We're going to attack unarmed, because we're using the brass knuckles. Your enemy's attacks are quick and relentless. You focus on evading the strikes and search for an opening to begin your counter-attack. Observation 2. Now his observation is 3, but he does have +2 for the brass knuckles, so that's 5. 3! And we only need 2, don't we? Right, if you pass, you strike while your foe is off balance and it stumbles and collapses under the weight of your blow. The monster suffers 2 damage. So it only gets 2 damage anyway, even though we got 3. So 1, 2. Confirm. Ah! We might still get beat, but at least you don't get to laugh at us, Bobby Foster. Ah! We killed you. So awesome. At least we got rid of Bobby. Right, so that is it for Bobby Foster. But we've got another attack. And we're going to attack Zadok. Yes. You're getting it now, Zadok. So the Child of Dagon. So with his second attack. Bloody hell, 8. He's an old man. What type of weapon will you attack with? We'll attack unarmed again. You study your opponent's movements. Observation 2. Again? Ah. So that's going to be another 5. We'll use the same 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. Come on, Joe. Gets 1. And he's going to spend a clue. Oh no, we're back on. He's going to use a lucky rabbit's foot first. So he's going to re-roll this one that didn't have any success at all. Just in case we can get another elder sign, we don't have to use a clue. No, we didn't. So we do use a clue and we do get 2 successes. Let's get rid of the clue. So we just do 2 damage. 1, 2. Right, that's it. Get rid of those. So, unlucky Joe, you tried your best, son. Who is next? It's Joe. Sorry, it's Harvey who's next. Harvey's going to do the same, so we'll keep the attack. He's going to attack Zadok Allen as well. So, he's going to attack with what? Exactly. He's got nothing to attack with, actually, so is he going to attack? Is he going to attack? Or is he going to feed the mind, perhaps? Well, it's no good him being focused. What he's going to do, yeah, he's going to do feed the mind. You or another investigator within range becomes focused. Harvey is going to make... Where's the focused? Harvey is going to make Joe Diamond focused. Then we're going to roll for feed the mind. So it's law and we need 2 successes. He's got a law of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he only gets 1 success, which is pants. If you fail, you realise everything you have known is wrong. Suffer 1 face down horror. We'll set that. So, cut. So, it's a face down horror. Then we have to get another feed the mind spell. So, there we go. And finally, what he's going to do is Flesh Ward. You or another investigator within range can discard 1 damage. We are going to discard 1 damage. Feeble is fine. So we're just going to get rid of 1 of these. So, and we'll get rid of that one. So at least he's got rid of a damage off himself. Still might not be enough. So we've got to flip this over. We need 3 law successes. I can't see that happening. Can you? 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll use 4 different dice. I know that. Oh! So he failed. He's got no clues whatsoever. If you fail shouting and flailing, you abruptly lash out. Flip 1 damage face up. Ooh! He's got 2 face down damage. Pick this one. A twisted ankle. Blimey, he didn't break anything. You fall, clutching your ankle and hissing in pain. You are certain you cannot stand. Resolve immediately. Become restrained, then discard this card. Ha ha ha! Discard the card. We'll take restrained. So there he is. He's restrained, and that can take the place of dazed, which goes away. Then we've got to get another Flesh Ward. So there's his Flesh Ward. Okay, so he did 2 spells. Get rid of those. Okay, that seems pretty much it. Get rid of him, and that was it for our investigator phase. And the investigator phase, confirm. Mythos phase. The cheap item snaps as Harvey Walters tries to lift it. Unfortunately, it is now completely useless. Harvey Walters discards one random common item. So he has to get rid of the magnifying glass. It's the only thing that he's still holding. So he discards that. Ooh, something else. No, this can't be happening. Please, please, someone help me. Joyce's face greys and sinks, her body shrinking in height and expanding in width. The cries of pain are soon silenced. Discard Joyce and place a Deep One hybrid as indicated. Joyce was never there, but let's get a Deep One hybrid out and about. There's only a Thera Gilman. Who hasn't turned, I think. Right, so there we go. It's down here in that corner. She'll probably move shortly. A slick, wet body crawls through Innsmouth. Its wide, unblinking eyes search for prey. Spawn a Deep One. Got no chance of surviving, have you? So, a Deep One now. So, there we go. Yeah, we definitely need the Tommy gun or something, wouldn't we? The Deep One moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator, then it attacks. Well, it just doesn't quite get there. Unlucky. Zadok moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. He doesn't have to. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the highest strength, which is good old Joe again. The monster attacks. Zadok Allen swings what you think is an old lobster trap at you, shattering the thing across your back and shoulders. Suffer 3 damage, but strength negates. Well, he gets 4 for his strength, but he's got the Elder Ward, so he gets an extra dice. So he gets 5 dice. And he gets 3 successes. He doesn't suffer any damage. Excellent. The Deep One hybrid moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. He's already here. Oh, which Deep One hybrid? Oh, the first one, which is... that was Sylvia, wasn't it? And it attacks Harvey, unfortunately. With a 2-wide grin, the brute lumbers at you. Oh, it's a strength 2 test. It's strength 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Yes, he got 2! If you pass, you wrestle but the hybrid to the floor. The monster suffers 1 damage. Take that, Sylvia. Oh, it was 1 damage. It's alright. Awesome. Not going out without a fight. The Deep One, the green Deep One. I think that's one of these. Moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Then it attacks the investigator in its space who suffered the least damage, which is Joe. The monster attacks. As the Deep One charges you, a wet babbling emerges from its throat. So, strength 2. He's got the Elder Ward, so he's going to get 5 dice. So, we only got 1 success. Oh, he's going to spend his last clue to make it 2 successes. Why not? Let's drag it out. If you pass, you grunt with effort and shove it away. Right, we just shoved it away. Deep One hybrid, this is the one over here. Moves 2 spaces. And no investigators in the space. Right, this is this Deep One, I think. The Deep One moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator and then attacks the investigator in space. Or is it? In fact, I think I should have moved it. That Deep One right at the beginning should have attacked. It's one of these. So we'll just pretend that it's one of these attacking. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep closer eye on these symbols here and the colours of them. Yeah, because yeah, I think it was one of these Deep Ones that should have attacked first and have moved this one by mistake. So we'll have just one of these attacking. monster attacks. The deep one crouches low and makes a horrible croaking sound before launching itself towards you. Agility 1. Ooh, who was it attacking? Suffered the most horror. That is in fact Joe. So close that. Resume scenario. So it is attacking Joe. So he gets 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Joe has the most horror. And he gets 3 successes. If you pass, you somehow avoid the terrifying assault. Woo! Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. It's always the deep ones. So, let's bring up the deep one, resolve a horror check. This is for both of us. A thick fishy aroma fills the air as the deep one exhales hideous fumes. So it's a will and we've got to get 2. So the will for Joe, he's got 3. 2 successes. Come on, Joe. Oh, and he's out of clues. He's out of clues. If you fail, the stench is horrid, but you keep your calm. Oh, sorry. If you fail, the scent makes you nauseous. Flip 2 horror face up and become dazed. Becomes dazed. And all he's got is 2 horror. Minor shock. Flip it face down. That's good. Could do with another minor shock. And we've got another minor shock. Yay! Ah! So him failing wasn't too bad. And then we've got 4 will for Harvey. Don't want him becoming dazed though. But he does become dazed because he's failed as well. Ooh. Oh, he could get rid of restrained, couldn't he? Let's get rid of that. But he now becomes dazed. And he's got flip 2 horror face up. He's only got 1. Sudden shock. Drop 2 random items. Well, he's got nothing to drop. So that's cool. Then flip this card face down. He's dropped everything. Continue. And that is it. End the Mythos phase. Confirm. We'll carry on. I may make mistakes now because I'm just sort of carrying on, but it just seems like we're really near the end now. So, in fact, what I'm going to do is 1 more turn. That's it. Because I don't want to get into a situation where I end up with a 2-hour episode, which has happened in the past. So this is definitely the final turn, no matter where we end up. Right, who is going to go first? So we've got Harvey and we have got Joe. And we've still got a Theory Gilman to turn up, I think. Well, we may as well go with Joe. May as well go with Joe. He's got no clues anyway, so it doesn't matter that he's dazed. And he's going to attack. There's nothing else to do. He's going to attack Zadok. And let's go for it. Attack unarmed. He gets +2 for his brass knuckles. You are certain that if you can drive the pain of your injuries from your mind, you will last long enough to strike back. Will. So he gets 4 dice because he gets a... Oh no. 3 dice. But he will test. Rubbish. But we get +2 for brass knuckles, don't we? Just check these. Rolled 2 additional dice, yeah. So it doesn't matter what we get on there. So we will be rolling 5 dice. 3. Awesome. If you pass, an opening becomes mercifully soon and you throw your weight behind a vicious elbow. The monster suffers 2 damage. Brilliant. So that was his first action. Continue. And then we're going to attack him again. Attack unarmed. You dance in and out of your opponent's reach with your heart in your throat, throwing jab after jab. Agility +1, so that's 6. +2 is 8. the monster suffers damage equal to your result. So we've got 8 dice. 1, 2. That's 6. 7, 8. Come on, Harvey. Come on, Joe. Yes! What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it? I think that's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. I'm happy now. We can die happy now. We got rid of the 2 main cultists. We got rid of Zadok and we got rid of Bobby. So that'll do me. The rest of them can kill me now. Can kill us. So we've still got, look at this, we've still got a shed load of monsters to actually put up with, I'm afraid. Okay, so there we go. That is the end of Joe's go. So he's no longer dazed. We didn't use a clue, did we? I hope not. I don't think it's going to make much difference anyway. I don't think we used a clue while he was dazed. I hope not. Right, he was focused, wasn't he? So, anyway, but I don't think we used one. Right, I forgot about him being focused. Next up is Harvey. What's Harvey going to do? Well, I think Harvey's got to go with Flesh Ward again. We've got to try and keep him alive. So he gets rid of a damage. He's going to get rid of this face down damage. Feeble's alright, he doesn't mind Feeble. So he gets rid of that, and then we've got to do... Oh, we've got to get 3 successes again on War. Whoop. Well, he's not going to get 3 successes unless I can knock one of these over, which I didn't. So, if you fail, shouting and flailing, you abruptly lash out. Flip 1 damage face up. Well, he's not got a damage to flip face up. Ah! So that's okay. We'll do it again. That's his Flesh Ward for next turn. That was his first action. And what is he going to do for his second action? Well, he might as well start, like, hitting things. Or should he do a runner? Should he do a runner? No, no, no. Yeah, he can move too, can't he? It's not restrained. He hasn't got a broken leg or anything. And I believe if he can get in a door... Oh, no, he's just going to attack. Let's go down fighting. Sod it. So he's just going to attack unarmed. The Deep One Hybrid. What do they look like? This first one. Sylvia Marsh. Yeah, let's take Sylvia Marsh out. So we're going to attack Sylvia Marsh. We're going to attack unarmed. You lunge at your foe's legs in an attempted tackle. Strength 2. So he's got a strength of 3, I think. Can Harp do it? Oh, so close. No, he didn't do it. If you fail, your foe nimbly dodges and you roll as you impact the ground. So at least nothing bad happened. Right, so that is it. End the investigator phase. Confirm. And here we are at the Mythos phase. The lonely sound of a foghorn echoes off the dark building walls. This Mythos event affects each investigator. The echoes are disorientating, but maybe they will provide cover for your activities. Observation 1. So we've both got to do an observation roll. For Harvey, that is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he doesn't get a success, so he fails. And it is 3 for Joe Diamond. And he gets 2 successes, so Joe's fine. If you pass, the sounds you make are completely swallowed up by the moaning of the horn. Right, that's fine, so he's fine. However, Harvey failed. The sounds bounce in endless confusion and you stumble into a wall. Suffer 1 face down horror and become stunned. Oh, is he still dazed? Oh, I don't know, I can't remember. So there's his face down horror. He's up to 3. And stunned. What is stunned? You cannot perform more than a single action. Ah! Oop, take that. So you can only do a single action next turn. I'm not so sure about dazed, but I'll check that out before the next episode because I'm not doing another turn. So in this episode, so there we go. If he's not dazed, I'll take it away. Blake clutches at his head, his knuckles white. Get out of here, he grits out. I'm going to. He doubles over, his body shifting and changing till only a creature stands where the detective was before. Discard Detective Blake and place a hybrid deep one as indicated. Say they were all in it, so it doesn't matter anyway. Doesn't matter who was who. They were all deep ones. Or hybrids. So he goes way over here. Right, that's him. Right, they're all going to attack now, aren't they? This is going to be about an hour-long episode. The shrieks of pain stop. The cries of rage take their place, transforming the town. The transforming townspeople begin to band together. Pain and rage fueling their actions. Spawn a riot as indicated. We can't win this. This is a bit silly now. Why doesn't the game just say like you've lost? This is just wasting people's time, I think. You know, they've done a good job of making sure that, you know, we're well beaten. Why are they carrying on? What's going on? Just seems a little odd to me. We'll carry on, but, you know, come on, guys. Just say, right, it's all over. There are only 2 investigators. I haven't got, like, 6 investigators or something. Right. They go here, don't they? That's it. Yeah, so this is really weird. Plus the fact it makes it dead long, because you've got to do loads and loads of combats. The deep one moves 2 spaces towards the investigator. Right, this is the first one. So, doesn't have to move, because it's already here. Lowest agility, so it's attacking half. Lashing out with its webbed feet, the deep one tries to sweep your legs from beneath you. Agility, we need 2 successes. We've only got an agility of 2. And we fail. We've got no clues or anything. You are knocked down. The creature's fishy strength overwhelms you. Suffer 1 damage and 1 horror and become dazed. Well, we're pretty much all... We either already were dazed or we get it back anyway, so that'll save me a job. 1 damage and 1 horror. Right, he's only got 1 damage. But it is face up. Stinging pain. You pull your hand back from the pain, shaking and clenching your teeth. You drop whatever you were holding. Resolve immediately. Drop 2 random items. Well, we've got now to drop. So he's got face down horror. A face down damage now. And he gets a horror as well, does he? Yeah, face up horror. Acalculia, whatever that is. You cannot seem to put the letters or numbers in their proper order. You know you had this skill once, but it has deserted you. Roll 1 fewer die when resolving a law test. That does do us. That does affect us. That's going to affect spell casting. Right, so we've done that. And as I say, he's become dazed, even if he wasn't before. The Deep One Hybrid moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Well, there's only 1. Oh no, this is the first one. So this must be, yeah, this must be Sylvia. Then it attacks the investigator in the space with the most items, which has got to be Joe. Seeing as so Harvey's chucked them all on the floor. The monster attacks. The hybrid seems to sway drunkenly before grabbing you and tearing at your belongings. Oh, what a pity. It's agility. So that is 5 dice, plus 1 because he's got the Elder Ward, is 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 successes. We get 4 successes. If you pass, you push the hybrid away. Now it's the deep one. The deep one moves 2 spaces. This is the green one. I'm sure it's one of these that's already in here. Then it attacks the investigator in its space who has suffered the least damage, which is again Joe. The monster attacks. Leaping with frog-like agility, the deep one manages to get around, behind and above you before attacking with sharp talons spread. Suffer 2 damage. And it is strength -1 negates, except we've got the Elder Ward. So that'll offset the -1. So we will still get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll still get 4 dice. We get 2 successes, so we didn't lose any damage. Awesome. Deep 1 hybrid. Right, I think this is the one that was coming up from here. 2 spaces, and then it will attack Joe. This is getting a little out of hand now. It's getting really difficult to tell which ones are going. I should have colour coded them a bit better, but I wasn't expecting about 60 monsters to come out. Yeah, this is getting a bit, for solo play, yeah, this design isn't too good. It's just getting a bit out of hand, I think. As I say, I think they could have wrapped this up a little better. Quite prepared to accept the fact that I have lost. This is just like, it's just boring, man. Right, the deep one moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the highest agility, which is Joe again. Grunting and croaking, the creature heaves an enormous barrel above its head, then dumps a torrent of seawater, dead fish and razor-sharp shells upon you. Suffer 2 damage. But its strength +1 is 5. +1 again for the Elder Ward is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, this is boring. 2. So we're fine. Another deep one. The deep one moves 2 spaces towards the investigator. See, I've lost count now. There's just too many of them. I think it's this one, isn't it? So it doesn't need to move 2 spaces. And the monster attacks, and it's going to attack Harvey. Growling and hissing, the deep one attacks with savage swipes of its webbed claws. Suffer 3 damage. Strength +1 negate, so he's going to get 4. He needs to save all 3. Does he save all 3? He does. What a star. So, woohoo! Good man. The D1 hybrid moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Well, I think it's this one now. The monster attacks. The hybrid bellows and swings a rusted length of pipe at your head. Oh, which one was it attacking? See, it just gets too confusing now. There's too many monsters. Suffered the most damage. Oh, it's attacking Harvey, right. Okay, resume scenario. Agility 2. He's only got an agility of 2, means 2 successes. He only gets 1, that's a fail. If you fail, stumble backwards and the pipe grazes your scalp. Suffer 1 for 1 face down damage and become stunned. He's already stunned. Face down damage. Now got a total of 3 damage and he's already stunned. It's the riot. Oh, I think we've done one too many attacks. I knew I'd get confused. It's this guy that should have moved. I'm not going to move it. I'm not going to move Blake because they got an extra attack in there when they shouldn't have done. So I'm going to even it out slightly by not moving Blake at all. They did get an extra attack there. He wouldn't have been able to get anywhere near us. So they've got an extra attack due to it being a little confusing to like operate about 60 monsters. The riot moves up 2 spaces. Look at this. This is just ridiculous. Then it attacks the investigator within range with the lowest agility, which is Harvey. Monster attacks. The riot approaches. One of the number pulls out a bottle with an oil damp rag stuck into its mouth. The riot lights with a torch and throws it at you. Agility 2. See, it's agility again. 2 successes. Didn't get them. Lands. If you fail, the bottle bursts at your feet and the smell of burning kerosene spreads around you. Place fire in your space, then you and each other investigator in your space suffer 2 face down damage. Right, that takes Harvey up to 5. So Harvey has now, like, died. That's it for Harvey. He's died. I've just got to look up what happens. Right, we don't lose to the end of the next investigator phase. But, yeah, he's been eliminated anyway. Each investigator must resolve a horror check. Monster within range, highest horror rating, blah, blah, blah. Right, it's the riot or the deep one. We'll stick with the deep ones. Resolve a horror check. The deep one scratches at itself idly, then tosses aside what seems to be sloughed off skin. As it lands at your feet, you realise that the skin is human, the exact same shade as yours. Suffer 2 horror. Will -1 negates. Well, his will -1 is 2. And he gets 1. So we'll get 1 face up horror. For Joe. Dementia. You turn away already feeling the fog of memory clouding your mind. It is a mercy truly. Resolve immediately. Discard 1 clue. We haven't got a clue. So there we go. He's at 4. Horror. Continue. And that's it. Right, it's the investigator phase, so we may as well just finish it off. But this, you know, could have finished this ages ago. It's really took too long to finish this. The amount of monsters coming on the board and stuff for 2 investigators. I think there's a better way just to write that you didn't manage to do it. You know, just a bit of text saying, unfortunately you weren't quick enough and, like, you know, the whole of Innsmouth has turned against you, Finn. But let's do it. Well, he's going to go out all guns blazing, isn't he? Well, I can get rid of all this crap. Let's get rid. We'll keep Harvey there, but we'll get rid of all that. Right, because he's not going to pick anything up. He's just going to hit stuff. Right, he's going to carry on hitting the Deep One hybrid, which is Sylvia Marsh, because I don't like her. So here it is. We're going to attack. We're going to attack unarmed. Throw a low punch at your foe's gut. And as the figure curls over to avoid the first hit, you swing your other fist towards the exposed head. Strength, and we need 2 successes. It's got a strength of 4. Oh. So he spent 1 action. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get an extra. Oh, we don't get. Yeah, we get an extra 2 because of the brass knuckles. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3. That should be enough to get rid of Sylvia. Ah! Bye bye, Sylvia. At least we killed her. Right, who else? There's another hybrid here. It's Joyce, isn't it? Yeah, let's give Joyce a kick in before we go. Whoop. So, it's not the last Deep One hybrid. It's the one before last. It's this one. And yeah, when I next play this game, I'll figure out a better way. I should have colour-coded these better, and I think after each one goes, I'll just turn them round like that or something, or just flick them on the back, and I'll be able to keep, you know, a better track. I would have sorted something out, but I haven't faced this many monsters in the game before. I played a couple of introductory scenarios. I got beaten them as well, but I wasn't facing about 800 monsters either. So the ridiculous amount of monsters I got here completely caught me, wait for it, on the hop. So apologies about that. That's why I messed up with Blake here. Blake should have moved a bit further up. So apologies about that. But as I say, it's only my 3rd game. Right, we're going to attack it just before we get overrun. Going to attack unarmed. You challenge your enemy to fisticuffs, damn right. Your faux pauses, sizing you up. A flaming influence roll. Right, his influence is 3. You're still going to get 5 dice because of you get the bonus of brass knuckles. Yes, we get 2 successes. Roll 2 extra dice if you suffered 3 or more damage. Well, we haven't. If you pass, take advantage of the momentary confusion and deliver a powerful swing to the head. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result, which is 2. Right, that's it, and that's the end of the investigator phase. And that's the end of the game, because poor old Harvey's had it. So the rioting mob, the deep one, all these, and eventually even Blake come to kick us in the ghoulies while we're down. So that is the end of the game. So there we go. Very quick recap on the game. It's an excellent game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There are problems with it. I think that the algorithms and the app could be better. I really do think that with a bit more care there would be less glitches, a lot less glitches, and a lot of the encounters, you know, I don't think there's very little excuse for you having an encounter that at least doesn't delineate from you being inside or outside. I cannot see any sort of sustainable argument to say that that cannot be done. So it can tighten up in a lot of those areas because the game is really good, and because when that happens it really, really jars you out of the thematic experience and it's annoying. So that could be a lot better. The end of this game here got a bit out of hand. That just gets ridiculous, man. Yeah, it's obvious you've lost for a long time, and just you know, I've not even taken the old like, well, that's like it's really like Arkham, you know, it's really like the source material. No, it just gets boring when you're in a H.P. Lovecraft story. People don't get bored. I got bored to death there because it was obvious what was going to happen. So it wasn't a question of horror, it was a question of, oh my god, I'm bored. So there should have been a way that was finished off quicker. It was obvious you were going to lose. Just, you know, just say you've lost. You know, once you get more than four or 5 monsters on the board, you know, there must be some way to say, right, there are 3 times as many monsters on the board than there are investigators. And for this scenario, that means you've lost. Yeah? And just say, you know, a bit of flavour text just to say that they've all rushed you, and under the flurry of blows and hits, like, unfortunately, you become unconscious and that's the end of it. Yeah, that should have happened. This went on way too long. So, yeah, but other than that, you know, it's a great game. So those are just like minor annoyances, which I think could have been done a lot better. But other than that, you know, I think the app works really, really well for the most part. And yes, I had a blast. We were rubbish at, like, we should have seen. It was obvious it was Bobby, thinking back. But obviously, if you've got a name like Marsh and you've read H.P. Lovecraft, I went for that. Zadok, well, hats off to him. I didn't see him coming. I'm not so sure. There was probably some sort of, some evidence somewhere that said it was him. But yeah, I didn't see him coming. Basically, everybody seemed to be under the influence anyway, so they all turned into sort of hybrids or deep ones anyway at the end of the day. I think there was only Athera Gilman who didn't turn up as one of them, but I'm sure if we'd carried on playing, she would have turned up soon enough. So, yes, really good. Didn't do so well. I was rubbish at the actual investigation part, and right at the end, as I say, I think the final battle just got a bit out of hand, really. It'd be a lot easier just to have a really nasty boss monster that was going to stomp you, rather than having to mess around with about, 8 or 9 different monsters, possibly 10. I think we got into double figures as far as monsters were concerned. Other than that, I take some satisfaction from the fact that we killed Zadok and we killed Bobby Foster. So at least we killed the two main cultists before everybody else chomped on us. I'm sure those little kids in the park are absolutely delighted. But yeah, we didn't do too bad. Well, you know what I mean when I say we didn't do too bad. Once we got like swamped by the monsters, I thought we put up a pretty good fight, even though it got boring in the end. Right, anyway, not going to say any more. It's the end of the game. I've got to pack all this away. We've got relatives staying again. We've got a wedding. And then we will start next time. I think probably play Cities of Ruin, Eldritch Horror next time. That, again, will be interrupted. I'll probably set the game up, and then I'm going on holiday for 2 weeks. So we'll set the game up, get it all ready to rock and roll, and then when I come back off holiday, we will get cracking with that, I think. Right, I hope you enjoyed the game. As I say, I did enjoy it. I've done a lot of moaning about certain aspects of it, but they are only small, you know, just little things that got on my nerves a bit. Overall, I'll be delighted to play this game again. The more you play it, I think the better you'll become. Right, okay, so that is it for a very long episode 15 of Mansions of Madness 2nd edition and Rising Tide, where the denizens of Innsmouth are now munching on us. So, unfortunate, but we gave it a good shot and we took a few with us, so that's always pretty good. As I say, I hope you'll join me for my next playthrough, which will be Eldritch Horror, Cities of Ruin, but, as I say, going to have a bit of a vacation in the middle of that before we truly get started, so it'll probably be mid-October before I'm fully up and running again. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for all the subscriptions, for all the views, for all the likes and for all the dislikes, and thank you so much for all the help and support. If you've noticed any errors, please pop them in. There's probably loads. I got really confused here. As I say, if I'd known what was going to happen, I'd have organised it a bit better so I knew exactly which monster was going. I got a bit confused, and with the amount of rolling and stuff, I doubtless have either gypped myself or gypped the monsters, but it doesn't matter because we lost anyway. But by all means, put any errors in there so anybody watching in future can see where I messed up. Righto, so I hope you join me next time, but until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.